Hi, Tara. I'm going to do your soul rebirth journey now. So, we're going to go as guided by spirit. And I'm just going to relax and then we'll get started, okay? I'm already sort of in a meditative state. So, there's just a pause right now. It's just taking the time to help you to feel connected, taking the time to help you feel patient. I'm having you inhale energy that is the vibration of peacefulness, patience, and infinite love. I am filling your spiritual atmosphere with this energy, just like blowing up a balloon with helium. We are blowing up Tara with patience and peacefulness and love. We are making you get bigger and bigger and bigger, full of these beautiful vibrations. I, Tara, allow myself to inhale and experience peacefulness, patience, and love. This is doing some massive energy work, especially to the mental body. It's an incredible experience of patience, peacefulness, and love. And it's continuing to flow to you. And you are continuing to open up. Not, okay, I'll just accept it, but open up, and with all truth and honesty, you choose this. I choose, I, Tara, choose patience, peacefulness, and love. I, Tara, open my heart, open my mind, open my eyes, open my senses. I, Tara, allow an infinite development and growth, an infinite expansion within me and around me in my life. I, Tara, allow myself to experience the energies, the harmonies of patience, peacefulness, and love. This is a repetitive action. Spirit is insisting that we begin with this. Repetitively begin with this. The more we acknowledge this as a broken record of awesome, nothing else is as awesome as this. This broken record machine of awesome is all that matters. So any other thoughts, I don't even know what they are. The only thoughts are patience, peacefulness, and love. Patience, peacefulness, and love. Patience, peacefulness, and love. I'm going to quiet down and continue to fill your spiritual atmosphere, fill your mind, fill your heart, fill your divine reflection with the bounty of this energy. And Tara, you're sharing this openly on YouTube, which is such a blessing for everybody. And for those of you watching the video, if you want to align with the energetic healing, the gift of healing, allow yourself to put your name in place of Tara's and welcome this energy into your spiritual atmosphere. We all get to heal from this experience. I get to heal from you, Tara. Tara, you get to heal from the spirit realm, from me, from the infinite love. And all who watch, you get to heal as well. So we all get to heal together. Continuing to allow you to inhale the only truth that is real. Patience, peacefulness, and love. I'm really digging in deep to your ego because egos get annoyed by repetitive positive talk. Eventually, ego is going to feel a little bit rubbed the wrong way, and it's going to start lashing out and tell me I I'm wrong with this. I have other things to do. I can't always be patient. Peacefulness just isn't always there. What kind of world do you live in, Abby? It's not the same kind of world I live in. Ego does these things. So I'm going to continue to remind all of your essence of the only thing that is real: patience, peacefulness, and love. I'm breathing a flame of energy upon your face. And it's basking sunlight is what it's like, but it's very soft and it's got a warmth to it. It's really inviting. And it almost feels like really soft petals touching the skin. Part of you wants to go really deep into the darkest parts of your reflection, deep wounds that you can release. Really dark areas, really dark nooks and crannies that could really use this energy in those spaces. Because you do really want this to be your experience. You definitely do. And you aren't such a victim to ego. You actually are asking me in your spiritual atmosphere, will you take this light into a dark space within me? I really am ready to let go of so much of the darker wounds, the ones that I don't really understand as a human being. I don't really get where these are coming from. These darker aspects of my experience do not make any sense to me. It's not who I am. And I want you to help me let go of this, whatever this is. And you are not afraid to open the doorway, show me the way, help me to get there so I can see what this is and transform these spaces for you. Literally, I open up your head and there's an odd object like a projector lens or something on the third eye. It looks broken and beat up. I am removing it. It's literally like an orb, like a crystal ball or sphere, that it's all broken on the inside, cracked in a million ways, but somehow still solidified together. I am so incredibly patiently going through this. It's on a level of slow that I don't often experience. Usually, like, next thing, next thing, next thing, but this is exactly as it is meant to be for you, is patience, peacefulness, and love. I am really like I don't know how to put my finger on it exactly. I'm behaving like a very, very old man, but a doctor, and I am very slow moving. There's kind of an Asian appeal to the feel of it. There's a real timelessness to it as well. And my steps are very slow. And when I remove this object, I slowly step, 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 walk over to an individual and hand it to them, and then slowly step, 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 walk back to you. I know what I'm doing without having to think. I am just doing. There's a bunch of dark critters and old negative energies, just whatever it may be from, but it's in the head region, all coming out. I feel very pleased with my work so far. Gotta get the old critters out of there. I literally am like a 120-year-old Asian man, extremely tiny, very slow, wisps of a mustache here and then going down, and pure white hair. Eyes very, very small, very, um, the skin is very aged, but healthy, surprisingly youthful for his age. He smiles at me and asks me if I would like to work with him today. And I say, well, I thought I was you. He say, yes, of course I will work with you today. He says, can you take it slow? And I say, probably not. I'm not slow motion. I'm a young whippersnapper. But I'll try. I'll try my best. He asks me, how quickly do you think you can eat a hot bowl of soup? I say, probably not very fast. He says, you got to examine this experience as though it is like a hot bowl of soup that you can enjoy very slowly, one very small bite at a time, and experience a different essence of the consumption of food in a way that is spiritual and gives you a new blessing of an alternative version of time, a version of time that is timeless. You're focusing not on how quickly you can get the food down, but on how you can enjoy each bite in very small spoonfuls and feel patient and joyful and at ease about it. He shows me that this in itself is yoga. This in itself is meditation. He asked me again how fast I can eat a very, very hot bowl of soup. And I understand his sacred words, his message. And in this balance of honor and respect, I say I will delightfully consume it very slowly with patience, joy, and love. He asks you, Tara, how quickly will you be eating a very hot bowl of soup? And how will you be eating it? With patience, joy, and love. He shows me that when you slow things way down, there is so much more you can conquer when doing one's soul rebirth journey. He shows me his patience can crack the very ground as strong as a powerful earthquake. Not because earthquakes are powerful, but because patience is powerful. He literally is cracking the ground beneath this chair where you are laying, sort of like a dental chair. You are leaned back, not all the way flat on your back. You are just sort of with your eyes closed in a relaxed way as we are conversing. He opens up a crack in the ground, very powerful ground. I mean, it's totally open up. You should be falling through this massive crevice, but you're not. Usually I would just instantly dive down to see what is there, but I am choosing to be patient. He is showing me we are eating our first bite, our first spoonful of extremely hot soup. I experience in your spiritual atmosphere you are crying and screaming. Experience in your spiritual atmosphere still that, but slowing down, knowing that it's okay to let the tears fall as they will, but to let go of feeling so wrapped up in the moment. He tells me I'm doing a very good job. He talks about dragon fire, the healing gift that is the flame, that is the fire. He talks about honor of one's journey, respect, reverence, and truly earning that which is the dragon's fire that heals. He shows me the value of the patient one. Allowing you in your spiritual atmosphere to express as you need to express, while also experiencing this very slow, patient, timeless energy holding you. He closes his eyes and he starts to hum in a way where the sound is actually connected to every atom in the space, and he makes everything in the space rattle and shake. He makes the ground shake open even more. He uses this vibration within you, around you, every thought, every feeling. He is using this very intense hum. It isn't just from him. It is being echoed through every micro atom even. I mean, everything is humming his hum. It's so loud in here. Everything, even the teapot, the soup bowl, is humming. He's creating a intense humming echo, and every little thing has a tiny little hum noise, and it's so intense in vibration. Everything is shaking and rattling. Everything. He's welcoming what would be like a very deep monster within you, calling it out of you. It's a really deep, dark space down there. He does not need to go anywhere in order to heal a deep, dark space. There's a softness to his energy, and he feels emotional. He cries a single teardrop, and it falls down this crevice a long ways down. He asks what I would do if he were sucked down into darkness and now it is just me, sitting here by myself. I say I would take a sip of very hot soup. He asks if I would be in acceptance if he were to experience a very traumatizing event. Would I reach my hand out to help him? Would I allow him to have that experience for his soul's journey? Or would I find some other way, something I hadn't thought of? Telling you, Tara, this conversation isn't just a conversation. There's something massive being pulled out of you. I don't know in which area of your divine reflection as of yet it would be associated with. I don't know that it's your mind, your heart, your gut region. I don't know as of yet, but it's quite massive and it's extremely hard as a rock. And it's not a rock. It's not in the shape of a rock. So I'm back to this conversation. I do. I take a sip of hot soup and I set the bowl down. And I choose to go into meditation. Not focusing on you, Tara, but not necessarily not focusing on you. This whole thing is about you. This whole message is about you. Every aspect of this is about you. And through you, I am learning how to become a better healer. And through you, we're all learning the value of patience and peacefulness and love and joy and happiness and hot soup and really, really, really old Asian men. I take this very seriously in the spiritual atmosphere. I do. I am choosing to acknowledge that he is not there, although he is there. He has not disappeared to me, in my eyes, but I am going to follow suit with the hypothesis, what would be, let's just say, he got sucked down there. I tell him I will follow my heart. If you were not here to guide me, I would always follow my heart, as I always do. I follow my heart all the time. When I say that, a single teardrop falls from my eyes and goes into the dark space. I also lift your chair up and I start spinning it incredibly fast, like a tornado, so fast I can't see anything but swirling colored lines. Really, really fast. I don't have to use my hands, I just do it through active choice, consciously allowing the choice to manifest for you and inspire change. I tell him I will give you my heart to help you heal. As a healer, I give my heart to all to help them heal. When we share love, we share true and profound healing. Healing that transcends distance, time, space. Healing that transcends ego. Healing that transcends fear. Healing that transcends all that we ever knew about energy, about creation, about it all as human beings. When we transcend the human consciousness, we start discovering things about ourselves and our capabilities, especially when we start sharing love with each other. Now that is when true power erupts, is when we start sharing love, blindly share it as a gift wholeheartedly from our hearts to each other. because we love and care about each other's well-being on a level that makes the earth quiver and shake and erupt. I tell him that despite what is the perception of speed, I am going oh so slowly. But this is my heart that is pulling out what is a tree's massive roots. I mean, it's like massive, massive, massive quantities of tree roots. It would be the most difficult tree to ever pull out of a ground, kind of thing. I'm accomplishing this through love, through spinning you in the chair, through acknowledging the power that I possess through conscious choice. I show him how I can slowly eat hot soup while I spin you, while simultaneously share love with you, while simultaneously a teardrop descend, while simultaneously I still have only just begun, as though I had just met you for the first time. So now I am in past, present, and I am in future, as I already see this healing is complete. So what timeline am I on? Am I in a state of no time because I choose to do it this way? Or am I not being slow enough that I should not even act on impulse? He now cries a single teardrop into this dark ravine. You are still spinning very quickly in this chair. Spinning is very good for altering energy pattern flows. It's really getting more and more intense. He shows me he still is more powerful than me. He shows me his ability to just stand, simply stand, and make the earth shake beneath his feet. The earth then to hum, and the massive, insane block within you to be pulled up and out just through simple willpower. Just simple. I can't define this simple strength, but he's doing nothing at all, and it is accomplished. I choose to follow suit. I choose to acknowledge that it is not time for me to take another sip of hot soup. I slow down the spinning of your chair. I close my eyes. I say that it is time now. A single teardrop falls from my eye and goes into the dark ravine. I use gravity or force energy, and I pull it up and out even further. He is making the ground shake. He is doing that. I'm going to be patient and see what my next inspiration is. I too now make the ground shake. He is drawing something out of my own senses. It's something with power energy. I am doing the hum as well and exploring this energetic chord and how it is effective for me. This is massively to do with your heart. We're drawing up. I mean, I've never felt anything quite like this, but very, very insanely massive blockage. What does blockage feel like? It could feel like a cluster of all kinds of like rock like materials. It could feel like metal materials. It could feel like structures. It could feel like a whole pyramid. I mean, we don't know what. It's just a conglomeration of really heavy duty stuff that is like as difficult as trying to literally pull out a redwood tree straight out of the ground. It just like roots that go like 100 miles deep, a really awkward object. It's really enormous, and then pulling it up and out. This too has an intertwining flavor with your mental body as well. So, our heart is not separate from our mind. And it is not separate from our sexuality. It is not separate from our physical body. It's not separate from our astral body. It's not separate from our spirit, our higher self, our spirit guides. Nothing is separate. So, this has a massive. They show me what is like a big red heart and then chunk, like insane chunk, pulling up and out of heart. And so it seems as though it's just associated with the heart, but it's not, because I can feel this also being associated with thoughts as sort of a higher caliber thing. It's not necessarily primarily focused on the physical body, but you could feel it just being a burden, stress, or whatever, but particularly in the heart and then in the mind as well. But first and foremost, heart. We are working in unison now. Our hum is in oneness. Our stance is identical. And our use of power and strength is akin to each other. I communicate with him about, can't I just duplicate my strength? Can't I just duplicate it so it appears as though we are now two instead of just one? But I could just be twice as powerful or 3 times more powerful. Why do I need you to be more powerful? Can't we duplicate ourselves so there's 20 of you and 20 of me doing the same thing? Or maybe we need to just merge into one and be 20 times as powerful. He says, patience. Take a spoonful of hot soup. So I do. This is a very bewildering thing. This has even created disruption in the throat region. It's really intense energetically for me, which means it is doing massive energetic work for you. We are continuing to hum and make things shake and continue to pull this very slowly up and out. Probably weighs 100,000 pounds. It's like the most heavy, impossible thing ever. You're going to feel totally insanely light after this is done. I examine taking a hand as though I'm a giant and pulling it out what would be a thorn to a giant. To an ant, it would be like the size of a redwood tree, right? When I do that, I instantly get cut by it and my hand gets sliced by it. It needs to be done in this way. I have to not, I'm not allowed to just bend the rules. I have to follow his guidance because it's going to teach me something important. And it's very important we do it this way for your soul as well. I show him all the things that I could be doing right now. I could transform it into a flower just through consciously seeing it as a flower. I could just instantly just snap my fingers and pull it out already. I myself am struggling to feel patient enough. This is driving me insane. I myself am struggling to choose to do this slowly, and I ask him, why is it so important we do it this way? He says, why is it so important to eat hot soup slowly? Because if you do it too fast, you're going to get burned. Just cool your jets. Getting cozy. He wants me to re-emerge with the experience of what is honor and sacredness of all things. Of one who is different in the way he approaches his work than I am. And to be honoring and respectful in a way that I let go of my own style in order to gain a new perspective that is extremely alternative from my own, that demands the usage of patience in order to be successful. Unimaginable patience. And patience that aggravates because it's so slow. And we live in such a world where we gotta keep going. We gotta keep moving more, faster. He is saying that is not the truth. That is not the way. That is not the balance. That is not the sacredness. That is not the reverence. That is not the blessing of the moments of allowing ourselves to experience the hot soup. So as I let go of impatience, this too, Tara, is helping you to let go of impatience. Allowing you to experience acceptance and the joy of tasting each unimaginably hot bite in a way that is tolerable and even becomes meditative and healing to the senses. you start to explore the soup more than just with your taste buds. You start to explore the scent of it, the way that it looks. You start to find your mind wandering about life as you accept you cannot eat this so quickly, you have to wait. And as you wait to be able to eat, you find yourself thinking and reminiscing about the day. And then you take a sip of hot soup. And it may take 30 minutes, 45 minutes to eat this one bowl. And during that time, you have experienced profound healing within and around yourself because you took the time from beginning to end to allow yourself to consume this hot bowl of soup and get to know yourself in the process. He shows me the most aggravating aspect of the human consciousness is patience. Patience with the self, patience with the world, patience with dreams coming true when you want them to or when they are meant to. He shows me a release of a congestion that comes from the heart area. It looks like little round cylindrical blocks. It comes out of the throat and then out of the mouth. Yellow and green. Then more is coming out of the mouth. It's almost too big to get out, is the way it feels. But it is coming out quite real. You are feeling incredibly amazing, by the way. Just taking a gander in the total essence of your harmony, it feels incredibly amazing. We aren't having to do anything, it just, things are coming out. So, old energy coming out of the back of your head. I call him Master Teacher, and I ask him to show me something new now. I welcome the patient side of myself to return, and I let go of the humanesque, impatient side. Because I'm honoring his style today, I'm honoring his energy and energetic gift of healing. is the what makes the ground shake is not him. It's pulling it out that is making the ground shake. We are both again working in unison and using energy that goes way beneath this thing and pulls it up and out and makes everything rattle and shake. We are choosing to work in unison. It's interesting because we are not working as one. We are working in unison. Two completely harmonically, vibrationally matched, working together as individuals, but in unison. We're still doing this. It is so intense, almost exhausting. We are focusing with so much energy on you, Tara. And others are coming to join us. And we are holding hands. And there may be 10 others here now. And we are circling around the chair that you are resting in and this massive black crevice beneath you. It's actually so joyful in here. They're attracted to what would be called the dance of the hot soup. But we are all just absolutely harmonizing perfectly with each other's energies. We are working in unison, not as one, but as many individuals working in unison energetically and sharing massive energy with you. It's absolutely exhausting. It's very intense mentally, on the mental body, emotional body. I can feel it obviously physically. The hardest part is not wanting to override to be my own individual energy. The hardest part is to want to stay in alignment with the goal energy. It's very easy to want to step into my usual harmony, but I have to alter my harmony in order to accomplish it in this way. So to stay focused on that takes a lot of effort, and it's very, very intense for me. Continue to allow yourself to inhale patience, energy, and peacefulness and love. Patience, peacefulness, and love. Continue to inhale patience, peacefulness, and love. Continue to inhale patience, peacefulness, and love. Continue to let go of energy that no longer serves your purpose. There's something of a scene developing here, totally new from what I've been experiencing. It's a man, a skeleton man. He has something in his arms. He's standing in very tall grasses. He seems to see something even though he has no eyeballs. He's made out of just bones. He's just a skeleton man. He opens his mouth as if to say, ah. He does not have any desire to be caring or nurturing. He doesn't respect the land here. He's not honoring of the creation of this land. He is in his own world, doing his own thing, whatever he feels like doing next. He doesn't even resonate with himself choosing to honor sacredness of his body and of the land. There's a massive eye opening up underneath the ground where he stands. A very old man as well, very long, wispy white and black gray hairs, long beard, long hair. Surprisingly soft, and it has coiled aspects about it, but not super curly or anything. He wouldn't be a full-sized man. He's sort of very short, just a very short man. Almost like he has a peg leg. It really does, it does appear as though he does. He's sitting up from the land. It was sort of, he was laying down in the land, and the skeleton is just sitting on his lap right now, so he is sitting up looking down at the skeleton. He too has just one eye, so he uses like a monocule, or he's sort of just looking like this, and one peg leg, one real leg. He can see and he can walk, despite the fact that he has only one leg and one eye. The skeleton has no eyes and seems to think he sees so much. He sees only what he wants to see. There is a flame that is developing, and it's a very healing, fiery flame. Although you're sort of laying down in a bed of fire, it kind of looks like a burial. This person from our tribe has died, and they're setting it on a pile of wood and burning it. That's kind of what it looks like. There's a tribal effect to it, but you are not dead by any means. It is a massive healing flame all around you. These tribal men also are painted like skeletons, but they are definitely living men. They are all beating the drums in unison. There are many drums beaten in unison, totally in unison. They're all making a humming noise together as in unison. These sounds are absolutely, totally aliving sounds. They do something to you that is not from the daily grind by any means. They put a tickle up your backside and make you feel very different and altered energetically. They are releasing the spirit, continuing to beat the drums in unison. They value the gift of working together in unison. They value ritual. They value sacredness. They value honoring the body and the spirit. They value these things. They value the earth. They value the power of this song. He shows me how one drummer would not need to drum louder. He would just drum in accordance with his calling. And if we had two drummers, they would not bang softer in order to create that volume. They would continue to beat exactly as firmly as they are called to in this ceremony. Now you add 3, 4, 5, 6. They all beat exactly identically. They all work in unison with each other. There's value to this. He says, treasure this learning. Again, it's all very intense for me mentally, and for my body, for me to continue to hold steady is very intense. You're releasing more energy that comes up and out the throat region, out the mouth. I see you had swallowed a black bird, and there's black feathers coming out. I had been seeing a black bird on and off, but it wasn't the focus. Blackbirds could be symbolic of all kinds of things. They don't necessarily mean bad, but in this case, it was a dead blackbird you're letting go of is something old that no longer serves your purpose. Could be part of your ego you're letting go of, part of the facade that defines you as a person, finds your personality, but is not truly who you are deep down inside. It's what upholds you in a community of people that behave a certain way. Could be reflective of anything. Anything on those lines. It's not like a demon or anything like that. We are going back to our circle of healers and ground shaking and pulling up and out. We are all humming now, which means everything is humming that much more intensely. He is showing me how us humming, us working together in this way is also aligned with all of these tribal men also working together in this way. Seeing you levitating in the fire. Again, this is very intense. I'm trying to gather more information on the skeleton and the other man, but the focus has been on the humming and the energy vibrations. Continually this. Keep going through these energy waves. It gets very intense. Keeps moving up and down my arms. Hmm. There's another hiccup from the ego. This has been a really intense, powerful energy. And the ego it keeps showing me, derailing thoughts, and you just have to keep overriding them. So I want you to continue to focus on inhaling patience, peacefulness, and love. Patience, peacefulness, and love. Really filling yourself with this energy, letting go what no longer serves your purpose. I have been exploring other things like the teardrops. I've been exploring how big is this? When will we ever get to the end? I've been exploring other versions of wisdom I could share. Been exploring this hot soup. All the while is only distracting me from the hum. Again, we see ego taking us away from true peacefulness, true patience, true love, true joy, that sort of thing. Ego trying to distract us away from the ultimate goal. So again, I realign with my decision to choose patience. I realign with Master Teacher and the unison energy we are choosing to express for you. There's something about the soup had gotten cold, because I no longer cared anymore about it. I just cared about focusing on healing you. He talks about perfect balance with timing even. It's very strange. It would be like knowing exactly how the frequency of intervals of spoonfuls of drinking a hot soup in order for it to remain hot from beginning to end, but to not burn yourself. So to know exactly how to consume hot soup from beginning to end, that it remains as hot without burning yourself. He is showing me things massively changing. I'm actually taking a pause for myself for a minute. It's very exhausting. I'm actually going to pause the video for a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. There was a joke about, was he going too fast for me? Maybe he needs to slow down a little bit so as to not tire me out. It's like you're going too slow and way too much energy, which is the whole point. Patience has value. Patience allows us to access energy in ways we never thought possible. It allows us to, that's just, I don't have anything else to say to that. There's already altering the energy pattern. I'm already being pulled back exactly where I left off. Very extremely intense energy. I'm gonna focus now. I'm going to be in acceptance of the outcome, of which I have no control over, because the focus is on what is being taught about patience and power through patience, and transformation through patience. And I, Abby, cannot fuel the fire. I have to be in acceptance of what it is. So I allow this to manifest for you and to complete itself as it is meant to, without me trying to get anywhere or to close things up or to gather more information based on all the details, but to just accept the focus is this, and allow the master teacher then to continue to guide the healing for you. Now he shows me I can breathe dragon fire. And I just do it on my own without realizing I was doing it. I release you from a weird trance state. You were imprisoned within yourself, he says. You didn't realize how asleep you were until we slowly woke you up. I am burning the bed. I'm creating the same flame effect as we had seen, or as at least I had seen with the tribal men. We are all surrounding you, humming, creating this earthquakey shake around a burning bed where you are at rest, and the flame surrounds you. The essence of the tribal men is within each and every one of us. Our hearts are the drums that are beating. We all shed tears into this ravine, but they aren't necessarily the ravine. They're entering into your heart, where this block is being removed from a red heart. We see so much value in you that we would honor you in such a way where we would take every moment of this time to dedicate our heartbeats, our tears, our humming, our energy of love and patience and joy and all of that to you. Our heartbeats are our drums beating in unison. Our tears of love fall into your heart like hands that beat upon a drum to bring your heartbeat back to life, to help your heart to beat again, to awaken you from slumber. I breathe dragon fire very ferociously upon you. It just instinctively happened. I just do it. I experience that somehow, I don't know it, don't understand it fully, but somehow my soul is the part of your soul that is missing. I somehow am the spirit that is you, that is above you. And I'm experiencing this drum beats and the energy. There's something about me giving a part of my heart to you from the get-go, sacrificing a heart as the true value of love and healing. Therefore, I too still am in alignment with that gift of love and sacrifice intertwined to help you fully heal. I experience a merging with your divine essence. I experience my breath, now your breath, my heartbeat, now your heartbeat, our hearts beating in unison. It's a delirious experience. I feed you hot soup very slowly. I ignore all of the pain and trauma that I experience screaming in your head. You're still awake, or you're still asleep, but you are awake to a degree. You can eat the hot soup very, very slowly. It's a delirious sensation of not knowing where you are or what is truly happening, but not exactly feeling awake enough to be so confused as to what are all these people doing, and the beating drum and the shaking and the still delirious in between worlds. I'm lifting you up and out of this chair. I am. This part of the heartbeat. I'm removing you from what it was, a massive black crevice. I'm welcoming Master Teacher to show me what to do next as I place us on the floor. I'm still within you. I'm the consciously awake part of yourself, enough that I can move your body. He sheds a tear into the heartbeat that is yours and also mine. I feel what real love feels like. It's really intense. It's real love that comes from caring so much. Caring so much. Being surrounded by hearts that care so much about your heart, that they cry tears and give them to you as gifts to help you heal, give you pieces of their own heart to help you heal. They say that you will wake up when you are meant to, but you are waking up already. There is a sense of patience about this. What does this exactly mean? It's something you would already know about deep down inside. There's a disconnect from what was like a very massive cord of dark energy flowing into you. Because of that disconnect, there isn't anything flowing into you of that kind, and it's sort of whatever. There's like a black backlash of some of that coming out of your backside. It looks like black dust. It just sort of like sand got in your shoe, and now you can take the shoe off and pat it out. So there's lots and lots of sand coming out, just black sand. It's shocking. Out of the back of the head, the back of the throat region, the upper back, mid back, lower back, tailbone. I start to feel warmth in my hand as though someone was holding my hand. I seem to hear someone calling my name as though they were asking me to wake up. Seem to feel like I may have fallen and hurt my head. Maybe I had a concussion or something. I feel like I'm a child. I'm starting to come to my senses and wake up, and I see people I love surrounding me. I seem to be on a playground area where there's others. I don't know that standing up right away is a good idea. I feel like there'd be too much blood rush to my head, that I would get dizzy and fall down. I am helped by many to stand up. I really am a child. I feel like I got lost along the way, I say. I don't really remember what happened. Am I okay now? The doctor that's there is just an older gentleman. He's not Asian, he's sort of a Caucasian man, but it's sort of the effect of an older time. He's got a rounded, it's not a top hat, it is rounded at the top. It is a hat kind of like that. He has really small little spectacles. He's got a full beard, but it's very gristly, white and gray. He's very aged. He looks just maybe late 60s. He just smiles. He tells he tells you, that a couple days rest would be good for you. Don't work too hard, don't play too hard, don't try too hard. Just lay down and rest for a few days. You'll know when you feel right to play again. So that's what's happening. Literally, a little girl laid down in bed and given a very hot bowl of soup to help her just nurse her back to feeling herself again, resting the body as the most important thing she could do to make sure she's healthy and ready to get back to it again. Everything is just paused out. Everything just feels like it's back to normal. Everything feels like normal just happened. I feel totally back to normal again. I'm just waiting just to make sure there wasn't anything else. This memory of inhaling with, so you have a hot bowl of soup, and when you inhale the soup, you inhale peacefulness and patience and love. You inhale these things. You inhale patience, peacefulness, and love. You inhale patience, peacefulness, and love. And when you feel like you're losing your patience, you need to make yourself a very hot bowl of soup, and you need to sit down with it, and you need to have your yoga meditation with the hot bowl of soup, and you need to inhale patience, peacefulness, and love, and recenter with your truth. And now find the balance with the soup. That's all I got on this. It literally is all I got on this. So Tara, thank you. This has been a total mind-bending experience. There is no spoon experience. That's pretty neat, really different, really extremely intense energy. Really beautiful with the love energy that I got to experience, especially at the end. When you experience what pure love is like, I mean, it is only when you take the time to look into someone's eyes that you love more than life itself. Look into their eyes. Literally take 5 minutes to look into their universe and tell them how much they mean to you. Even then, it doesn't quite cut the surface of this intense, pure love energy. It was even deeper than that. It was so beautiful. So thank you for this. I'm going to properly disconnect now from your spiritual atmosphere. So I'm pulling myself out of your spiritual atmosphere and allowing you to just experience your divine energy filled with all of this infinite love. And for those of you watching, I allow you to experience your spiritual atmosphere filled with all of this intense loving energy for you. And I ask that heaven send a special blessing to Tara, to all who watch the video, to myself, to all of the loving reflections involved in this gift of healing. I ask that heaven bless us all with a gift of love and higher awareness, a gift of more understanding, more depth of understanding of patience, peacefulness, and love on this day and every day from here forward. There's just a special bow that I see with the Master Teacher, and a real divine love of energy he shares with us all. So, I am now fully disconnected from your spiritual atmosphere, Tara. And And for those who watch this video, if you're interested in experiencing a soul rebirth journey for yourself, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you, Tara, for sharing this gift with us all. And thank you all for supporting my channel.